Howdy y'all, and welcome back to Chill with Clayton. We're so happy to have you all here today. Crazy to think now that today is going to be the 15th episode of Chill with Clayton. Like, holy cow, started this summer and now we're 15 episodes in. I hope y'all are enjoying this day. Out in Texas now it is 80 degrees, so it almost feels kind of like the mixture of between summer and fall, so it's nice because it's been 100 in the last week and there was some nice rain, so it's been very nice. But enough about the Texas weather. I hope y'all enjoyed last week's episode with McLean. We've been getting some great stuff on it. I'm probably going to post out a clip of that episode, but first I'm going to make sure with McLean's consent that he's cool with it, because hey, that is his life story and I don't want it to go viral and him going like, what the heck? Why is everyone knowing this now? I mean, because that would be a little awkward and that would feel a little weird. So remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hey, just give the like button a nice little tap. That's all I'm asking. Being friendly about it, and not like other YouTubers who go like, I'm going to not make the like button disappear until you tap it. I'm not going to do that, but you never know. Hey, for joking reasons, I might do it. So be aware of that. But if you are listening on our audio platforms, that's Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or if you're just listening to it on your phone because you have YouTube Premium, that's cool too. Give us a like and a follow as well. Also, go check out the Chill with Clayton email address, chillwithclayton@gmail.com. Come on, you can ask us to come on the show, ask us questions, ask us topics, because sometimes I run out of topics and I need some help on that. So my audience is out there, and hey, help us out with that. Also check out the Chill with Clayton group chat. I will probably be giving out some invites, so if you do get an invite, like hey, like I just want you to come along, or if you're somebody out there, just say like hey, I watched the channel and I just want to be invited onto the group page on Facebook. Like hey, we'd love to have you on there. Also got the Chill with Clayton daily Bible verses, go check those out. But today I am talking about something we did talk about very recently in the McLean podcast. We talked about Refuel. I'm going to talk to you what Refuel is about, my memories with Refuel, and the difference of like being a kid or student at Refuel and the difference in being a counselor at Refuel. I also today, or the day that this goes out, will be the day after 9/11, the 24th anniversary of the horrible and just absolutely heinous attacks that happened in New York City on September 11th, 2001, as well as that happened at the Pentagon in Pennsylvania. So if any of y'all are watching from those areas, I give you my prayers. I know that some of y'all might not have been alive. Some of y'all were maybe alive, or you are just really, really tiny. Or if there's any adults out there that know it very vividly about what happened on those days, I'm just wanting to send my prayers and thoughts out to y'all for anyone who lost family members or just lost friends at all during that time. I know that I went to the President George Bush Library actually a couple years ago, and I did see the I believe that's George W. Bush, I believe, the one out in Dallas. That was the one that had the 9/11 memorial, and as a guy who was born in 2003, so I wasn't able to know about it. I only know it from school, and then going through the 9/11 library or 9/11 memorial at the President George Bush. It was just an absolutely just horrible thing that happened there. So just wanted to give out my thoughts and prayers to those families. If anyone is watching, just saying that I am praying for y'all at this time, and I know that yesterday was a hard day for people, but let's go ahead and get on with today's episode, talking about Refuel and just the memories I have of it. Well guys, I'm about to talk about one of my favorite times I've ever had at the Cross Church, or as it was called at the time, First Baptist Wiley, is the event called Refuel. Now, or Own It Weekend as it's now known as. But Refuel Weekend was always something that all of us kids at the Cross Church or First Baptist Wiley at the time when I was a student would look forward to every year. We would look forward to it. I don't remember the official year Refuel started. I want to say 2016, but I can check in with that and make sure that that timing is correct. But Refuel Weekend is, I know a lot of y'all have heard of Discipleship Now weekends. So some of y'all might know have it now known as a D Now weekend. So that was kind of our D Now weekend. Refuel was a time where it was the day after Friday. It was a Friday after school. It was like maybe we'd come up, like usually when I would end school, like when after school on Friday ended. Now, when Refuel would happen would either be the first or second weekend of February. It's usually after the Super Bowl weekend, so it's usually the second or third weekend. Usually how I always remembered it is I'm a big NASCAR fan, so the Daytona 500 was usually on that Sunday of Refuel. That would be that Sunday. So the Friday of school when we were about to head to Refuel, everyone was kind of chatting up about it. We're like, man, we're so hyped up about Refuel. And if you asked anybody, maybe in the Wiley ISD, Community ISD, which is Lavon, Josephine, Nevada, and those surrounding little towns surrounding Wiley, kind of out near in the really rural part of eastern Collin County. But we'd have other people from like Lovejoy, which is Lucas, Texas. And then there'd be other kind of students that would kind of disperse in because, you know, we had a lot of people that went to our church. But, so those kids would kind of be getting hyped up for the day. So what Refuel really is just kind of a refuel of a weekend. It's kind of a week to get back with God, get focused on God, go out and do mission projects, go out and just have some fun, have some good times with each other. We get to stay the night at a church member's house, which I still cannot believe like how they got that to work, because how in the world does a regular adult go like, yeah, I would like to invite like 18 to 20 8th graders to my house. Like, I know it sounds kind of crazy, and then we're all different family lives, all that kind of stuff. There's, oh my gosh, there's all kinds of different stuff. But yeah, we'd have those kind of nights. We'd have a worship night. We'd have worship. We'd have the fun part of it. We'd eat together. We'd always have like these different little events, and then always on Sunday morning we would go to the 11 o'clock service as a whole group together. So the whole group would be 7th graders through 12th graders. So everybody would have their own group. You'd have 7th grade boys, 7th grade girls, 8th grade boys, 8th grade girls, and so on and so forth. But like that's how it usually rolled. Usually also, I think the seniors and the juniors sometimes get mixed together, but if they were big enough, they'd get their own house and, you know, have that kind of fun camaraderie. So from 2017 to about 2020, Refuel was kind of just that was Refuel. We got to do that kind of stuff. So 2017 was my first year of Refuel. What I remember really from that Refuel was there was a lot of pranks that went down. By the way, if you want the real big stories of Refuel, I've been really wanting this to happen, but I want to get like some of my buddies kind of just in a room together. Maybe we get about 30, 40 minutes and we could just chat it up about Refuel. Just remembering those old memories, because dude, there was some stuff that went down. And by the way, if you are part of that Refuel group, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly. McLean knew what I was talking about. He knew. I can't really go into the details of that stuff because I want y'all to hear those stories from us ourselves, and I think it would be a lot better for that. But like Refuel was a time for us kids to just kind of get to know each other. As a kid that recently came in, I didn't go to the original Refuel in 2016, which would have been 7th grade, because I believe Refuel started in 2016. But because I just moved back to Wiley. So my first ever Refuel was my 8th grade year in 2017. Got to really experience Refuel. It is a great time. I got to meet a lot of good friends of mine. We'd stay at different houses. That was pretty much how it went through 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade into 11th grade. We'd always have a late night thing. We'd have a speaker as well. We had amazing music from the band known as More Than This. Absolutely incredible band. Loved their work. We'd also have speakers that would come in and talk to us. Some great speakers came in and talked to us. One guy, I believe his name was Garrett Johnson or something like that. I can't remember. Another guy is a really big name out there. Y'all probably might have heard of this guy. His name is Shane Pruitt. Fantastic pastor. Really recommend his Instagram page. Like, fantastic stuff. But like, Refuel was like a main time just to make memories with friends. You got to have those chats. You got to have Bible study with each other. You got college leaders that would be like going like, oh my gosh, these kids are driving me crazy. And when I become a counselor, and I'll talk about this later on, I mean, I was like, my gosh, what did I do as a kid? And like, I feel for these counselors, and that's what you feel like. But yeah, I mean, man, Refuel was just such an awesome time. And on Sunday mornings, we'd also get to see people get baptized. People would accept Christ for the first time. People would accept to go into the ministry. That's where I accepted my call to go to ministry, was in Refuel 2021, which that was a story of its own. Refuel 2021. If you were in Texas in February 2021, you might know a snowstorm. Call it Snowmageddon. I also have a shirt called I Survived Snowvid 21. Pretty cool little shirt. Yeah, it's like, Refuel was going well. We weren't going back to houses because, of course, with COVID, like, does anyone really want that many kids in their house? And this is my senior year. So we ended up going home and then coming back for those times. And then it was just kind of like that. But that Saturday night, we hear like, hey, like, here comes a snowstorm. So, or that Friday night, we hear like, hey, there's a snowstorm coming. So we were planning on something for Saturday, but Saturday unfortunately didn't happen. Sunday didn't happen because, dude, there's like almost like 3-4 feet of snow. And if you're in Texas, when snow drops, like, everything goes crazy. But like, that's what I really remember from Refuel 2021. From about 2017 to 2020, I remember the late nights. We'd have like magicians that came in, illusionists would come in, we'd have the skit guys would come in, we'd have all these different stuff. We'd have silent disco, Kona Ice would come in. The food was fantastic. I remember one year we had Dickie's Barbecue, amazing stuff. We always have every Friday of a Refuel, we'd have Napoli's Pizza. Shout out to Gino of Napoli's here in Wiley. Shout out to him. Some of the best pizza around. That thing kept us fueled on Fridays. It was fantastic. But yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. We'd have all these different foods. The parents were very involved. They made sure to like, hey, like, we'd have breakfast all the time. Like, it was just an amazing time. Kids were getting saved. It was an amazing time. It was fantastic. I loved my time as Refuel as a kid. But like I said, like, if you want the true stories of Refuel, like, please put down in the comments, hey, I was part of Refuel and I would love to be a part of that little session we could have together. I don't know when it will happen because we're all in college and we're all trying to graduate and we're all doing working now. But hey, if you're out there and you got some time, like, let's come in, talk about the good old days of Refuel. It'd be a lot of fun. So yeah. But now let's get into Refuel as a counselor. Alright, so like I was saying, I just, in Refuel 2021 was my senior year. So I was planning on probably coming back to Refuel. Now, the thought of me as a Refuel counselor was like, wow, this is gonna be wild. Because as you're a senior now going out, you're a college freshman now, and you're like, holy moly, this is going to be a whole different ballgame. Because we had some stuff go down at Refuel. And if anyone knows about Refuel, the thing was that we'd always say, whatever happens at Refuel stays at Refuel. It's like the Vegas slogan. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So it's like, yeah, we got to keep that. We're keeping that to ourselves, but like I said, we'll make that happen for y'all. But as I was saying, being a counselor, I was going into my year in 2022. I had no idea where I was going to go. I ended up working with 7th grade boys. And if you know 7th grade boys, because I was a 7th grade boy, they are quite the handful. So that was kind of fun, just getting to that. I did it with one of my good buddies. His name is Isaac. So shout out to you, Isaac. Shout out to you, buddy. We did that. We tag teamed that together. It was the second year that they did not go to host homes. Yeah, that's right. They didn't go to host homes because we all had to drive back because I'd help out with my dad, do cleanup. What I remember vividly from that year is now those kids are now in their, I believe they're either in their 11th grade year or their senior year of high school, which is just they're 10th graders. 10th graders or 11th graders. 11th graders, I think, officially. 11th to 10th grade. But, it's still crazy for me to think that, right now, going, holy cow, those kids are now, almost out of high school. But, I really enjoyed my time with those guys, even though there were some times, I was going, oh my gosh, I want to rip my hair out, right now, because I'm a counselor, and I'm oh, they're not listening, and stuff like that, but, they gave me respect when they needed to, and I appreciated that from those guys, and I still do chat with those guys every now and then. Hope they're all doing well. You know who you are, so shout out to y'all. We had a lot of fun, good times together. It was a great time. I don't really remember much, but I do remember doing silent disco, having worship with them, doing the Bible stories with them, and just trying to teach my life onto them and kind of tell them about God's love. And that's kind of the same thing that happened in 23 and 24. Honestly, don't remember it as much as well. I remember that we'd always go out on little scavenger hunts, had that kind of fun. We'd have those kind of times. We'd have silent disco. I'd be able to teach them the gospel again. I think it was 23 or I want to say 24 we officially got back into host homes. Because I remember one night on a Friday night, they decided, oh yeah, let's watch the Kevin James classic, Here Comes the Boom. And if you know that movie, that is quite a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed that because I actually got my own little space for the first time. Because when you're a kid, you have to sleep out on the floor in sleeping bags and on an air mattress. That's how you have to sleep. But if you're a counselor, you get a nice room, you can have a lamp, you can have the guest room, you get a bed. I mean, it is nice living. You get your own bathroom. And when you have time, always for the kids, it's nothing against the kids, but man, oh man, they can pull your hair out sometimes. But I enjoy hanging out with them and pretty much, and then we can get our rest and we can get refueled up and, and we can have those times with those kids and we get to have those memories and we won't be on drained. We won't be on empty like a car and needing gas. So that was good times. We got to enjoy that. Got to have breakfast with them at the host home. It was a good time. We got to have some really good times and just enjoy each other's company. And I still talk to some of those kids as well. But for my 2025 year, which was last year, we got to, again, go on a little scavenger hunt. I got to have two of my good buddies be my co-counselors alongside me. Those 7th grade boys who are now 8th grade boys, they still talk to me a lot now, asking me how I've been, checking in on me, just making sure, because I think I really did make an impact on them. And that's the main thing about being a counselor is you want to make those impacts on those kids. You want to make those impacts. And I think that's the main reason I wanted to go and counsel and be a counselor for these kids, because I knew it's kind of crazy to think a college student would be hey, I want to take time out of my day, even though I have work, I have school, I have all this stuff going on. But I want to take time because I love Jesus so much and I love these kids so much. Like, I really want to, like, share the gospel with them, pour into their lives, be a disciple for them. And that's how I felt about those kids. And those guys, like, I got to have really great conversations with them. Really great conversations. Even if you accepted Christ at the time as well. And just knowing the impact that those 8th graders have. By the way, guys, if you are watching this, I mean, hope y'all are doing well in school right now. Hope everything's going well. But yeah, as a counselor and as a kid, the difference between it. The kid, you get to really enjoy Refuel. Like, you get to experience it as a kid. You really get to feel it. But when you're a counselor, it's like, you get to see that different angle of it. You get to see the time, like, when you see kids raise their hand and accept Christ for the first time. You get to talk with them about it. You get to be that, like, leader figure in there with them. And that just makes you feel so happy inside just to see these kids move from death to life. And I think it's an absolutely phenomenal thing. And I just love doing it. Even though sometimes I'm like, man, God, I really don't feel like it. I just want to stay home. I want to relax. I need to do school. I need to do work. I need to do this. But God's like, hey, man, like, every time you've been there, you've enjoyed it. And like when and the times that I go like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't feel like it. I don't want to go do it. And then I go do it and I'm like, man, I loved it. I loved having those times. And God knows what these kids need. He knows which figures in their life they need. They know those people that they need him to talk to. Like, and I'm just so thankful that God gives me that responsibility and that thing. And he trusts me enough to go out there and just teach these kids about the gospel. And I just hope that I make impacts in their life. And I think that is the coolest thing about being a counselor at Refuel or now Own It weekend. Like, I think it's absolutely phenomenal just to go out there and do that. And if you're really thinking about being a camp counselor or a counselor in any way, yes, there are going to be times where you're just going to be absolutely exhausted. You want to pull your hair out with those kids. But just remember, those times that you're spending one-on-one with these kids, getting to know their stories, getting to know their lives, getting to know how God has impacted their lives, it will change your life because you'll look back at your life and you'll go, man, that was me as a kid. Man, I can't believe that. Like, how do they deal with that? And how strong and resilient those kids are. Like, it's an amazing moment. So please, if you're out there and you're questioning about being a counselor, like, please go out there and be it. You will not regret it. Guys, let's go ahead and move on to the verse of the day. Alright guys, here is the Bible verse of the week. Today's verse comes from Matthew chapter 20, verse 28. And by the way, I am using the NIV version. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, to give his life as a ransom for many. So, when I think about this verse, we know God came to this world to sacrifice his life for our sins. And in this verse it says he did not come to serve, but he did not come to be served, but to serve. So like, when you're a counselor in those moments, don't be the guy that goes, oh my gosh, like, I've done all this, give me my comeuppance, give me all this, like, no. That's why, like, some of these other stuff I don't like about modern society, like participation trophies, I'm not the most high on, because that's kind of being served to you. I mean, y'all can have your opinions on that, I don't care. But like I said, like, the Son of Man did not come to be served. He did not come to be there. He did not come for all the accomplishments he got, all the stuff that he got. So, like, when I go into Refuel as a counselor, I'm like, I'm not coming here to be served to myself. Like, yeah, I get food. Yeah, I get this stuff. Yeah, I get all this stuff. Heck, I've gotten, like, gift cards out of it. But it's like, I'm just coming there just to serve to those kids. And that's what God wants to do that's what he wanted to do in our lives. He was telling the Gentiles at this time, he was going like, I want to give my life as a ransom. Now, a ransom, it's kind of like as a payment. So, like, what this means by it is God came to serve us. So, like, as a counselor, I come to serve the kids. And when I'm a recipient of being counseled, that's me being served too. Because when you're a kid, you don't know much. You need to be served to. You need to be poured into. But when you're a guy that's just going out there to serve to people, you're trying to pour into them, and that's what God wanted to do here. And he gave his life as a ransom for many because he knew we had sin. He knew that we had that. He knew that. He knew we couldn't be perfect. We couldn't be saved. We could be saved, but if we had sin, we couldn't live with it up there in heaven. So that's why God sacrificed his life on the cross, so we can make it up there to heaven. And when you're a counselor, you could go out and work. You could be out working. You could be out doing school. For parents, you could be out helping your kids, whatever it is. But they come because they want to serve kids. They want to serve the next generation and help those people out. Like, I just think that is absolutely incredibly awesome. So, that is why Matthew 20:28 is our verse of the week. It's about serving others. And I kind of wanted to give this episode out to people because I was kind of like, man, like, I was kind of running out of ideas, but my co-producer Mike goes like, hey, talk about your refill stories. And I always love talking about those because even though I love my time as a kid, man, my time as a counselor is just as fun. It's just as fun. Because you do get that kid-like energy again, and you get to experience it again in Refuel and Own It Weekend. But seeing that other aspect of it now is just like totally just like, wow. It is amazing. But guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Chill with Clayton. Like I said, remember to give a like to the video. Give us a subscribe as well. Tell your friends and family about our show. We'll be out every Friday. Go check out the YouTube chat. This Friday, 6 p.m., the episode will be out on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have a couple more guests coming along in the coming months. I'm going to be talking to some more people. I'm also trying to get more people on the show because I know y'all love hearing people's stories, and I love telling and listening about people's stories because I just hope that their story can impact you just like some kid's story at Own It Weekend can impact my story as well. So guys, hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. Like I always say, keep Jesus first. God bless. Y'all, adios. I will see y'all next week. By the way, there's a Chill with Clayton Extra coming out. Y'all are going to love it. Coming out tomorrow. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Enjoy it. And as I always say, let's go, y'all. Yeah!